Friends, good morning and Merry Christmas, good afternoon or good evening or good night, wherever you are. One of my followers, before I start, my name is Kumar, channel name is Kumar Exclusive, like, comment, subscribe. And one of my followers sent an email saying that seeking my opinion on this particular article, your opinion video on this topic. That's about leave India. It's in quotes. Okay, that means it's not my statement. It's high time. That's also in quote. Startup founders controversial post on Reddit goes viral. So when I went to Reddit, I think that is not there. But whenever such articles you find on social media, which goes viral and controversial, email to me kumar@kumarexclusive.com so that I can read those comments, right? But this is printed by Mint, and they wrote one good comment, one hater comment, something like that, right? But and to make one video, it cost me 1 to 4 hours. So when this article, this gentleman said, to understand when I note points, so I write like this, and yeah, to I have to understand the context, right? And also I wrote my own experiences, India and US. So also I just uh, also I typed in MS Word document on the computer. Like, what is that? So it may probably go in three parts. So I have patience, and this is very interesting topic and also very informative to the people outside US and inside too. The subject is why are innovators leaving India? High taxes and brain drain. That is the topic of this video. So one startup founder, he studied BTech from a very prominent colleges in India and also studied MS in US. 2018, sorry, excuse me. He returned to India and started a startup, has 30 employees, and each one paying 15 lakhs per annum to the employees, around 30 employees. $1 is 85 rupees, right? So for Americans to understand, 15 lakhs is per annum. In India, whenever they say LPR, whatever the terms they use, it's all for annum. But here in US, we calculate by hourly, or if it is yearly, we say K, right? So 15 lakhs by, you have to Google it to convert into uh, INR. So sorry, dollars, right? So like approximately $1,000 change is 1 lakh, something like that. Okay. Then the comments are interesting. One from Australia wrote, okay, he also had a similar feeling, and another one hater wrote, pack up your business and I will shut your mouth and leave, is what he wrote. The countries he suggested is UAE, Thailand for innovators. UAE you will make a lot of money. Kuwait 250 plus dinars, right? So when I read that article, the content is what he said is police and bribe. That's what happened. A fraudulent case has filed on their app. They have invented some new apps, and the case is closed. And they were accused. The startup innovator got accused, and he has to pay bribes to the police because the case is closed. So what he wrote, politicians, bureaucrats and celebrities only have a better life in India. So better leave India is what the IT professionals, yeah, might have advised. The reasons are low work ethics, looks. People look at you as a uh, cheap, like based on the dressing. If you, like I quoted earlier one example, if Microsoft, Bill Gates, and a beggar drives cars and go to McDonald's and both wear jeans pant and something a t-shirt like this, you cannot identify who is rich and poor. In spite of it, Americans, they do not differentiate and ill-treat like Indians. But in India, that's what happening is, he said, people look at you, your dress, and judge. If your dress is not good, they'll treat you as filth, piece of filth. Taxes are very high, poor conditions of roads and government hospitals in India. So he quoted another example, Goa example. Like when he was walking in Goa, the streets, some people are spitting. Like people spit. Even in US also, it's a $500 fine here. They eat pan and otherwise they spit walls everywhere. And he said, use the trash bin. They accused him again. You clear it if you want. So that's what they told him. And another thing is India has a 30 plus states, right? They have a regional problem, every state. From the sabji wala, that means who supply the vegetables, auto driver, cab driver, restaurants, hotels, more. Everybody treat you, if you are not speaking their regional language, they will treat you. And a terrible economic collapse in India massively because $1 is 85 NR. That also mentioned in the article. So this is up to the I don't see the time, starting time, maybe around six minutes or 6.5. Coming to my experiences, my example, one of my late uncle is not there. He worked in government and some position. So when I was in government, uh, I was in a semi-government post, right? And I went to my uncle's house to with my file asking for a promotion like a manager IT or something like that, 30,000 INR. I'm talking about 1990s, in between 2004 and 2005. And the change in God, Mr. Raghuattam Rao IAS is the Chief Secretary and is also Special CS for the MCR HRD Institute of AP. So he was happens to my uncle's tennis friend. Then immediately I went to his house. I never beg anyone a recommendation, but that is the first and last time. So I went there with a file, right? Like my application. So I told my uncle and late my IAS boss, CPV Prasad, IAS retired. He was also advisor to the Prime Minister, late Prime Minister of India, PV Narasimhan. So my uncle immediately sends and said, go to America. Why do you beg all these people? You only said this what? So because Mr. Raghutam Rao doesn't help anybody. So that's what he knows maybe, or he doesn't know. Anyway, my uncle is no more. And then I thought he's a tennis friend. He will recommend at least see this file because in the government the file will pile up, right? So that's how we do lobbying there, right? Then my uncle said, "Go to America. Don't beg anybody here." That is first time I heard from his mouth. Early in 1995, when I did my Bachelor of Arts, I also did Masters Computers and also several networking courses. Like I'm the first MCSC. I cannot claim, but the media has published MCSC and the Novel Network. Then Satyam and these which are best companies are there, right? So they didn't, that security person did not allow answer because you don't have BTech. So society will humiliate you like anything those days, but these days I don't know how the things are. Those are my examples, and I worked in Aztec Soft Mindtree. We have a Tamilian boss, immediate supervisor, not boss, and our manager is Karnataka speaking, and she's operate from Bangalore and little broader mind than these Tamilians, and lots of discrimination and lots of work for one pay or whatever. 8 a.m. enter, midnight you have to come out of the building. Same thing with the ATI and AMD. So you enter 8 a.m. You come out of the building 2 a.m. Again 8 a.m. you have to be there. And that CEO likes my honesty and he said, uh, please be, I will give you whatever the money you want. Stay with me as a personal secretary rather than an employee here or a contractor or consultant. So people treated me, the engineer VLSI guys, draw huge salaries. BTech third year you have VLSI paper. They are thinking that I'm a pune type. So my time is bad. Then I temporarily I went to that role, but they will treat. So then one Mr. Rampa came and said, and Kumar, my name is BK at that time. Like first name, first initials. In India, people call by initials, right? Here, people call by first name. Because this is not the right place to work here. Just get out, get your regular networking job, whatever. Because the government job immediately lost. Then I went. Government also, I went to the court. Court gave a favorable judgment to the employer. So government, what happened? One chief minister, Mr. Naidu, is now currently honorable prime minister of, chief minister of the state. Earlier, when he was the chief minister of United Andhra Pradesh, he created a post. I'm there almost advising him for IT training and all that stuff. He took feedback from me. But when the next chief minister, Mr. Led YSR came and his IAS, there are some corrupt IAS officers around him. They took his signature and destroyed the note file of the chief minister, and then they issued a UMS or RT. People worked in government or working in government will understand. And they terminated all the contract, volunteers, and also semi-government posts like me onto the streets and introduced the US kind of third-party system. So I went to the court. I reported the corruption at the CM level, right? Then, right? So these are all not my reasons to quit India, but I have a dream America. Like when I was doing MCSC, I thought I'd go to Dubai and work. So since I know both sides of the coin, so I'm telling you for the next generation kids with the names. And U.S.A. you have one. See, I've attended several caste meetings here. Otherwise, how do I know what's going on inside, right? So I don't remember the Tana, Ata, Bata, Tata, Theta, whatever it is. New Jersey in between 2011 to 14. So one from India. Then in the Tana, in the caste meetings also, I watched everything, but my core subject is politics and immigration, right? And if any investigative journalist or business journalist from India visiting, what do they say? Advice. So one business journalist said, if you NRIs wants to come back to India and invest, for example, the investment cost $100. You bring $200 because the $100 goes to bribes. That's what he said in 2011 to 14. I'm telling, almost a decade ago. The next Jersey City and New York City I worked in between 2011 to 15. Like a friend, like Ravi's friend or somebody, friend's friend story came to me, and we met at a Starbucks and coffee. Like Ravi might told Kumar make videos, these kind of topics. Then that man told the story. He thought of go back. Okay, let's. If you see my highest ambition of Indian on the community wall of YouTube, you see, right? Something like that. He got inspired and okay, let's go back and start a company or industry or a project. So he wind up and he went to India. 6 months he struggled to get a license. Finally, he met a minister. I don't know the year. This story I received is between 2011 to 14. But that gentleman went before that or maybe during that year, I don't know. Then the minister means a politician from party in power, the person who heading the government department. He said, what is my percentage in it? Can you understand? So you are a businessman starting a McDonald's franchise or a chain in America, and the local county officer will, you have to beg him for a license. Example I'm giving. And he will say, how much is my percentage? In America, if you give bribes to government officials, you will be arrested. But in India, it is different. If you don't give, you will be arrested in a false case. So then, what is my percentage? Finally, he got vexed. wind up and return to US. That is one story. This is another story, right? The conclusion is once you leave India, it is impossible to fit in there or do any kind of business. Okay, and my friend worked in government in top position, was retired, friend in the sense little elder to me. He said, "Live happily, don't worry about India." Quotes, because he is watching all my videos, how I'm feeling, react every incident happened in India, and how I emotionally connect and react, right, and make videos. That's in that context, he said. So some of the points I type. Okay, India is a land of opportunity, but what are the main? I'm just looking at the time, 15 minutes. Okay, let me finish it quickly. India is a land of opportunity, but why are many earners, innovators, entrepreneurs choosing to leave? This is a question to my followers. Today, we explore why India's tax policies, business climate, and the societal structures may be driving talent abroad and what this means for our future. Recently, I've seen an ex people morphing the finance minister's photographs that I don't encourage, I don't like. You have to be democratic, right? Responsible citizen. Positively, you have to comment about the GST and the popcorn. So that's very insane, man. So the next one, a recent post Reddit highlighted frustration of an Indian entrepreneur who believes high taxes and policies discourage innovation and high earners from staying in India. Okay, this sentiment has resonated with many professionals who feel that their potential is shifted in their own country. That is very sad. India high tax rates up to 42.7% for higher earners. America, it is H1B or US citizen or green card, 30% tax. So OPT, CPT, it is 17% tax. That's why they earn 3 years tax and third year they go for H1B filing. It's a different case. But he said leave India, but if you leave India to developed countries, please note, already Indians settled here will start exploiting you. That's why I wrote the worst work culture in India is better than working with Indians in U.S.A. So already people with green card and EU citizens will exploit you to the any extent. So that you need to remember, not only US, any developed countries. So you have to go to any developed countries with GC or PR is better, or come through a top companies rather than the consultancies and outsourcing companies exploit you like anything, like UAE or people go and stuck in labor jobs, right? No salaries, filthy work conditions, something like that. So limited support for startups compared to global hubs like US, Singapore, and Canada. But I met one CEO, not CEO, one company vice president in recent visit, August this year. He said some people are drawing 100K in India, and the earlier government, KCR, Telangana government, KTR, IT minister did this one hub, IT hub, current government minister, Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Ravant Reddy is doing. So all that. So there are positive sides, but other side we are reading, right? And then I've seen both sides of the coin, living and working in India and the US, right? So I worked almost 10 plus a decade in India and almost 16 years in US. So you have seen my work experience and how I confront the wrongdoing of Indians either there or here. So in India, entrepreneurs often face red tape and corruption, unpredictable regulations. In contrast, US offers a clear path for innovation, access to funding and professional growth. Let me quote an example. Last take my entry. There was an administrator called RK. So he told, whenever you receive servers, Cisco networking equipment from abroad, you should not open the box. If you purchased a box, then you have to go to the customs office, or he may come by his own vehicle, and you have to take him to the customs room. You will see the serial number, seal everything, because it's imported from outside, right? Then you have to bribe him. Otherwise, you're so. For example, I did 36 hours migration project in Massachusetts. I drove from Montana. 36 hours of project is over. Such kind of project they want to do it. They have to wait 1 week for a customs officer to come and visit. How much money is damaged, right, for a business? Last, and on top of it, bribes. So that's one. And the challenges faced by the entrepreneurs in India: bureaucracy, inconsistent policies, higher compliance cost. Inconsistency because, like I said, Mr. Naidu has created this earlier Honorable Chief Minister at that time created a one post uh, like IT guy, like me and one more guy is there. And the next Chief Minister came and listened to the corrupt IAS officers and he just said if you don't need, close it. Then he removed my post also, but he is not supposed to IAS. So then we lost, right? The government also lost that particular resources. So that kind of one chief minister lay down a road or building, another chief minister come and destroy it just because the previous chief minister from the opposite party. So that is what entrepreneur bureaucracy. Bureaucracy also corrupt. You cannot find an honest. Of course, I have come across very honest. Some very few people. 5,000 IAS officers, only five I have come across. And inconsistency and that one. Opportunities abroad, higher income, better infrastructure, and an environment that fosters creativity. Only for assistance, right? Like Aadhaar card in India, went to government office for driving license or any other immigration purpose. Otherwise, you don't see any government. Uh, you don't need any interaction with the government. Even if needed online, it can be done. Even if you get a green card, you want to start a business, it takes 3 business days to get it done. You can't even imagine, first of all, going to government office, stand in line, hours together, pay bribes. That's not possible. That even you can't even think here. Loss of electricity power once in 5 years it happened. Very serious cyclone kind of stuff, snowstorm. And even then, the private and government will act and people take precautions. They will give a well in advance the notice. Snowstorm means snowstorm. People don't go. They will prepared and that happens. Like in India, metallurgy department, whatever the department, they announce that date it never happens. It comes next day, right? Something we need to fix. We can't blame or hate India, but there is a frustration. So higher earners feel the pinch of taxes without adequate returns in terms of infrastructure. Yes, healthcare, public services. For them, countries like US, Canada, Germany, Singapore offer not only better earnings but also higher quality of life. Once you see outside India life, any country, maybe Singapore, small city state, Thailand, including Dubai, and then Ravi, my friend, sent a video, right? His kids, his family went to Dubai, one police station, zero case or something. So they showed some video, and that also we have to follow, right? We can do that. And can you imagine go to police station in India? Jubilees one time when I was in government, I put my ID on and I went inside. I don't remember whether it's government work or my personal work, but still the police look at you as a thief the moment you go. Then, though I was with the Mr. Naidu that time, okay. So this appropriation tax to service ratio in India. Examples of professionals and innovators finding better prospects abroad. But don't pay with this frustration, with this post, with this video. Don't just pay money to some stupid consultancies in Amirpet and pay 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. They will get cheat you again. And even if you report, nothing happens. So don't pay any money to job or visa for anyone on this earth because that's 100% fraud. They will cheat you definitely. Okay. So living abroad isn't about just earning more. It's about fulfillment life, right? The freedom to innovate, access to world-class education. See, if I start telling examples, takes a lot of time. The education here, there are five different schools. Most of them go to public schools, government school. But can you go to? I studied in government school in India, two, three classes, right? Seventh and eighth. Can anyone go to government schools and study in India now? Because rich divided, poor divided, middle class divided, higher middle class divided. They have their own schools and lots of competition. All right, world class education, societal respect for talent make a big difference. Meanwhile, in India, social pressure, lack of systematic support creates stress for many professionals. Family obliques social pressure in India versus independence abroad. Access to global markets and diverse networks outside the US. To quote an example, 2008, one woman called me and she said she came to US. She was my classmate in SAP learning course in India at that time, 2006. So she came here because to avoid the marriage pressure from her parents. So that also there in India because the family and societal pressure. I just quoted that example. If you are looking to explore opportunities abroad, consider countries that value your skills. Canada and Australia offer excellent quality of life and easy immigration paths. PR you should have, right? And Germany and Singapore are great for engineers and tech innovators. The US remains a hub for entrepreneur and researchers. Choose a country, I'm just giving a suggestion, right? Positive. Choose a country that aligns with your professional goals and lifestyle aspirations. Don't just dollars, right? So leverage scholarships, work visas, and startup programs to move. So focus on these 2 points. Choose a country that aligns with your professional goals and lifestyle aspirations, and leverage scholarship and work visa and startup programs to move. And India has immense potential. So, but we need a systematic reform to retain our best minds. It's basically sad to address this brain drain. Like those who have brains, they are leaving. Share your. It is not that those who don't have brains they remain in India. Don't mistaken like that. My statement. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's your take on this issue so that I can make a part 2 video. I'm not ending this video as what I said is 100% right. This is the end. I'm not saying that I may be right or wrong. This is my past experience and observations on this article, right? So later on, need any clarifications will give based on your comments. I'll go to the next episode. So if you found this video helpful, like, comment, subscribe, share, and with someone exploring opportunities abroad. So why are India's innovators and high earners leaving for other countries is the main topic. So the reasons behind brain drain, high taxes, systematic inefficiencies, and with my personal experience in India and USA, I share insights where youth should look for better opportunities and why it's essential to address these issues. I'm just telling you the youth, those who are 20s and 30s, right? Topics called high taxes, India versus other countries. Other countries also high, like developed countries, like New Zealand and Australia, but here also 30% goes to tax. So life abroad versus life in India, and the best countries for Indian professionals and students, systematic reforms that India needs. I never heard any phone ringing because mostly we use silent or vibrant mode. At work, nobody speaks loudly. Only come across a couple of Indians there, and then nobody take. I mean, they have their mind around business attitude. Americans abroad, so that's why. To quote one more example, my friend in earlier, sorry, A former friend in Edison, New Jersey, told his friend went to move India, permanently moved, and so he bought an apartment, and he bought two apartments, one for him and his family, and another for his parents, because they both cannot live because they adjusted to life here. So that kind of privacy you will enjoy once you move abroad, right? I'm not saying joint family is bad, but I'm telling you the case, one of the examples. So key points are high taxes. India's tax structure discourages top earners and innovators. And like those who are genuine, they want to do some startups, then it doesn't work out unless you are corrupt, like movie producers and big businessmen, right? So bureaucracy, red tape, and inconsistent policies stifle entrepreneur growth. And life abroad, higher earnings. Just a minute. Just seeing the synonym: curb, choke, restrain. Yeah, the policies restrain entrepreneurial growth. And life abroad, higher earnings, better infrastructure, freedom to innovation. High earnings, better infrastructure, and freedom to innovation. Life in abroad. You need to remember personal experience, real life examples of India versus abroad I have provided. And suggestions for youth. Countries like Canada, Germany, Singapore offer better opportunities. So, and also, uh, I would like to hear from you any suggestions or improvements to make the part 2 video. Thank you for watching this video. All your likes, comments, and shares. We'll see you again in the next video. Good luck. God bless you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year too.